Hello everyone. In the previous video of this chapter, we have discussed about weather and climate and the difference between weather and climate. In this video, we will specifically talk about adaptation of animal living in different climate. Now, before just starting the topic, first if we think about camels. So where do we get camels? We get camels in desert. In order to survive in desert, what does a camel have? If you see a camel, a most unique feature is hump, where they store food, and even camel can live without food and water for weeks. Now, in order to survive in a particular habitat, camel has developed some special features. Now, these special features in order to survive in a particular environment is known as adaptation. Now, think about polar bears, penguin. Now, polar bears have a thick coat of fur. Now, this fur help them, or this fur act as an insulator. That act as a jacket, means that keep them warm and they protect them from the cold, harsh environment. In this chapter, we will discuss about the adaptation of animal living in the polar region and in the tropical region. Now, polar regions are the regions which are near to the poles, that is North Pole and South Pole. For example, places like Canada, Iceland, then Alaska, Norway, Sweden, these places are in polar regions, and the tropical rainforest are the places which is near the equator or surrounding the equator. The tropical regions are like India, Brazil, Indonesia, Kenya, Uganda, etc. Now we will start with the polar regions. Now, polar regions are the regions which are near the poles, that is North Pole and South Pole. Whenever we think about the poles, it is very cold, means it is covered with ice. And if you think about the diversity of animals and plant, there is very less due to the harsh environment condition. Now there, whenever we think about poles, we think about polar bear, penguin, walrus, and in this video we will learn about the adaptation of polar bear and penguin. We will know what are the special body features that they have developed in order to survive in that particular harsh environmental condition. Let's start with polar bear. The special features of polar bear that enable them to survive in poles are: first, they have white color. Now, this white color matches with the surrounding, that is, the surrounding is full of snow, and that camouflage them and that help them to hide and catch their prey. Next, they have two layers of fur. Now they have double protection, like if you are wearing a sweater, then a jacket. So they have two layers of fur which help them to keep their body warm. Next, they have a layer of fat under their skin. Now this fat act as an insulator that does not allow the warmth of the body to go outside. So it also protects them from the cold weather. They have a strong sense of smell. You know, all the bears, they have a strong sense of smell. They are good swimmers. See, you know, as the vegetation there or the diversity of animals are very less, and there are many animals which are aquatic and they feed on them, such as seal, so they need to know swimming, so they are good swimmers. Next is, they have a round body. You know, bears are like a stuffed, if you see a stuffed bear also, all those toys, they are like a roundish figure. Why it is so? You know, the spear has the minimum surface area. Now, what to do with surface area? If the surface area is less, then the transfer of heat is also less, means it is directly proportional. If the surface area increases, the heat loss will also increase, and if the surface area decreases, then the heat loss will also decrease. They have big feet. Now why they have big feet? They have to walk over the snow. In order to walk over the snow, if they have small or pointed feet, then the feet will submerge, or it will get inside, or it will get stuck in the ice. And so they have a flat and big feet, and they have pointed claws, curved claws. Why they have pointed curved claws? These claws help them to tear the flesh of their prey. This polar bear, they live in North Pole, and penguins live in South Pole. So now we will learn about the adaptations in penguins. Now penguins, they have black and white color. That also help them to camouflage in the surrounding. White matches with the snow and black matches with the rocks. Next, they also have a thick layer of fat under their skin. Again, this layer of fat acts as an insulator. Next, they live in groups. So as they live in group, so they huddle with each other, they stay close to each other, and that helps them to keep their body warm. What they have flippers. They have flippers that help them to swim in water. Now there is an interesting phenomena that we will now learn. That is migration. Now what is migration? Migration is the movement of animals from one place to another in search of food, or for breeding ground, or for proper environmental condition to survive. Now whenever we think about the term migration, the first animal, the first organism that comes in your mind is birds. Now birds are excellent in migration. You have learned about the Siberian crane. You know about Siberian crane. Every winter they come from Siberia to India to survive in the winters. As you know, in Siberia it is very cold, so they come to India and they just enjoy the winter, and again just during the onset of summers they go back to Siberia. Now every year these birds come to the same place. Now they don't have any transport facility like us, they don't have trains or airplane like us. Then how they travel such a long distance, and how they know where to go, and who tells them the direction? See, the scientists, they have studied about them for a long period of time. Now they have seen that the birds, they have excellent sense of direction. They may take the help of sun and even stars to locate or to understand the direction. Next, they even take the help of the landmarks, like it may be a big mountain or a sea. The natural landmarks, they take the help of natural landmark to travel. Again, it is also said that they can even take the help of magnetic field, the earth's magnetic field, to find the direction. Not only birds, mammals, insects, fishes, they also migrate from one place to another. In case of mammals, reindeer, wild beasts. Then in case of insects, locust, monarch butterfly, and in case of fishes, salmon, hilsa, they are excellent migrators. Now we will come to tropical rainforest. Now tropical regions are the regions on the two sides of the equator, or the regions surrounding the equator. Here the temperature is hot and humid with surplus amount of rainfall. So this place is mainly covered with high vegetation, or you can say forest. That is, this type of forest is called tropical rainforest. Tropical rainforests are found in Southeast Asia, Central America, Central Africa, and in India in Western Ghats and Assam. Now we will learn about the adaptation of animals living in this particular habitat. When we are concerned about forest, let's start with the king of forest, that is lions, tiger, the wild cats. Wildcats are lion, tiger, leopard, cheetah, and they are carnivores. They catch their prey or they hunt their prey. Now, in order to hunt their prey, they have a body color that is mainly yellow with a brown stripe, brown-black stripes. Now, where they live, that place means the color brown and black help them to camouflage in the surrounding, and they can hide in those places, and they can wait for their prey and they can hunt them. Next, they have a good sense of smell. Yes, cats, they have good sense of smells, and that help them to catch the prey. Next, they can run really very fast. You know, the cheetah is the fastest animal, and all the wildcats can run very fast. They have strong pointed claws, and the claws can be retracted inside their toes, and these claws help them to tear the flesh of their prey. Another feature is the cats, the wildcats, they have eyes in the front of their head. You will see in case of birds, they have eyes on the two sides. That help them to, maximize the vision area. But their eyesight is not that strong. But whenever an organism is having eyes on the front of their head, then their eyesight is strong, and the sense of location of the prey is more. Now, let us know the adaptation of one more animal, that is the elephant. Now, the most striking feature of elephant is the trunk. Trunk is the long elongated nose. Now, this trunk help them to smell, and this trunk also act as their appendages or like their hand to pick up something or to tear the branches or to take something from the ground to their mouth. Now, next important striking feature is their tusk. Tusk is their elongated teeth. Now, elephant have 2 tusks and 4 teeth inside their mouth. The 4 teeth which are inside their mouth are the molars, which help them to chew the food. And the tusk is for prevention, is for protection, and it also helps to tear the bark of the trees. Elephant have big ears. Now, these big ears help them to listen the slightest sound, and they can be aware of whatever is happening around them. You know, elephants are very heavy. So, in order to balance their weight and in order to avoid themselves from sinking, they have broad feet, which help them to walk on the ground and prevent them from sinking. Now, we will learn about some of the adaptation of animals which live on the trees, such as red-eyed frog, toucans, monkey, and lion-tailed macaque. Let's begin with red-eyed frog. Now, the first feature is as they live on the trees, so they have developed sticky padding on their feet, which help them to climb the trees. Next, they have big red eyes. Now, this big red eyes, one, they have good eyesight, and second, this big red eye help them to protect themselves. How? Whenever any predator sees the big red popping eyes, they get afraid of it, and the frog gets time to run from the predator. Now, they have green color. Now, again, this green color as they live on the trees, that help them to camouflage. Next is they are carnivore, so they can eat all the insects which live on the trees. Toucans are the birds which live on the trees, and they have developed special ability to eat the fruits from the farthest part of the farthest branch of the trees. Now, they have a long beak, and they can store food inside the beak. As they have the long beak, so they can eat the fruits from the weakest branch of the tree. Now one more striking feature is they have different color feathers, and they can blend their feather and can camouflage with the surrounding. Now in order to hold the branches, they have adopted their feet in that manner so that they can grasp the branches. Now what happens, they have 4 toes. The toes are arranged in this manner so that the 2 toes are just opposite to each other, which help the bird to grasp the branch. Now let's know the adaptation of monkeys. Now monkeys, they have strong tail which help them to grasp the branches, and that also help them to climb. Yes, monkeys are good climbers. They have good eyesight. Now monkeys eat both the fruits and the leaves of the trees, and it also feeds upon insects. Now let us know the adaptation of lion-tailed macaque. Lion-tailed macaque are exclusively found in India, in Western Ghats. Now why they are named as lion-tailed macaque? Because they have a white silver mane. What is mane? When you see a lion, you can see on the side of the face they have brown or dark brown hairs. That is known as mane. So in the same way, this type of macaque, they have a white silvery type of mane, from which they got the name as lion-tailed macaque. Next, they have very good eyesight. They are good climbers. They feed mainly on the fruits, and as they get all the food or whatever they need from the trees, so they rarely come down from the trees. Now we are at the end of this video. We have discussed about the adaptation of different animals living in the polar regions and the tropical rainforest. We have learned about the adaptation in polar bears, penguins, and in case of tropical rainforest, we have learned about the wildcats and the elephants, red-eyed frog, macaque, lion-tailed macaque, then monkeys and toucan. So hope you have understood the chapter, and if you have any queries, you can comment it down. Till then, bye.